The Galactic Council's educational exchange program had seemed like humanity's golden ticket to the stars. When Dr. Rebecca Martinez received her assignment to teach introductory physics at the Zenthra Prime Academy, she'd been thrilled. What she hadn't expected was to become the subject of the most watched recording in galactic history. The lecture hall curved upward in the traditional Zenthran style, with students arranged in concentric semicircles. Rebecca stood at the center, surrounded by 37 different species, each protected by their specialized atmospheric bubbles. The Krell breathed ammonia. The Vorkshans required high-pressure nitrogen. The delicate whispers floated in chambers of pure helium. "Today we're discussing Newton's second law," Rebecca announced, her translator implant converting her words into 43 simultaneous languages. Force equals mass times acceleration. Simple, elegant, universal. Ambassador Thexiel, a mantis-like Krell who served as the Academy's dean, observed from the upper tier. He'd been skeptical about hiring a human instructor. Humans were newcomers, barely a century into space travel. But their mathematics was sound, even if their biology was concerning. Rebecca picked up a standard teaching mass, a dense polymer sphere used across the galaxy for physics demonstrations. It weighed exactly 10 kilograms by universal standard. "Let's calculate the force needed to accelerate this mass at 2 meters per second squared," she said, casually tossing the sphere from one hand to another as she wrote the equation on the holographic board. A collective gasp rippled through the classroom. The whispered delegation's translator crackled with panic. "Professor! The safety protocols." Rebecca paused mid-equation, the sphere still balanced in her palm. "Is something wrong?" Thexiel descended from his observation post, his compound eyes reflecting genuine alarm. "Dr. Martinez, you're handling the demonstration mass with your bare appendages." "Yes." Rebecca looked at the sphere, then back at her students, confused. "It's only 10 kilos. Only." A Vorkshan student, enclosed in his pressure suit, made a sound that the translator interpreted as horrified laughter. "Professor, the standard teaching mass was designed to be moved only by class 4 gravitational manipulators. No biological entity in the known galaxy can lift it without mechanical assistance." Rebecca's mind raced. She looked at the sphere in her hand, feeling its weight. 10 kilograms. 22 pounds. She'd carried grocery bags heavier than this. "Wait," she said slowly. "What's the lifting capacity of the average Krell?" Thexiel's mandibles clicked nervously. "A fully mature Krell warrior, with optimal nutrition and extensive training, can manipulate approximately 2.3 kilograms without suffering muscular damage." "And the Vorkshans?" 4 kilograms, the student answered quietly. "But only in short bursts. Our homeworld's gravity is 0.4 standard." Rebecca set the sphere down carefully, her mind spinning. Earth's gravity was 1.0 standard, they'd established that during first contact. But she'd never questioned what that meant in practical terms. "Professor," a whisper named Melody spoke through her chamber's speaker, "what can an average human lift?" Rebecca thought of her neighbor, Mrs. Patricia O'Brien, a 70-year-old grandmother who still carried her own groceries. An untrained human adult? Maybe 20 kilograms for extended periods. 50 to 75 if they're just moving something across a room. The silence in the lecture hall was absolute. "And trained humans?" Thexiel asked. "Powerlifters can deadlift over 400 kilograms. The record is over 500. "That's impossible," the Vorkshan whispered. "The muscular structure would tear itself apart. The skeletal system would shatter under the compression forces." But Rebecca was remembering other things now. The light exercise gym on the human sector of the station that other species treated like a torture chamber. The gentle handshake that had sent the Krell ambassador to medical. The time she'd helped move a stuck cargo container, and the dock workers had stared at her like she'd performed a miracle. "Earth's gravity is relatively high," she said slowly. And our evolution was competitive. Predators and prey, both. We had to be strong to hunt. Strong to run. Strong to climb and fight and survive. Ambassador Thexiel pulled up his personal data pad with trembling limbs. I'm looking at your species' evolutionary data. Your ancestors hunted by persistence. You literally ran prey animals to exhaustion over distances of, he paused, mandibles clicking in distress, over 40 kilometers. Persistence hunting, yes. We're also pursuit predators and endurance specialists. And your bone density is. Thexiel's voice trailed off. By the Council, your skeleton is reinforced with calcium phosphate crystals arranged in a stress-optimized matrix. Your muscles have redundant attachment points. Your cardiovascular system operates at pressures that would rupture a Krell's circulatory organs. A whisper student, her voice small through the helium chamber, asked, Professor Martinez, are all Death World species like this? Death World? Rebecca blinked. Earth isn't a death world. We have hospitals, agriculture, cities. Dar. Martinez, Thexiel interrupted gently, your planet has predatory megafauna, toxic flora, extreme weather variations, high gravity, dangerous UV radiation levels, and atmospheric oxygen concentrations that would be corrosive to most species. By Council classification, Earth is a Class 9 hazard world. What you call camping, we would classify as survival training for special forces. Rebecca sat down heavily on the demonstration table, then immediately stood up again when she heard the metal creak. She'd nearly forgotten her own strength. The recording of that lecture spread across the Galactic network within hours. Humanity's application to the Council's Special Forces program saw a 3,000% increase. The insurance premiums for human visitors to other worlds skyrocketed. 3 species requested increased security measures at embassies with human staff. But more importantly, the lecture sparked a fundamental shift in how the galaxy viewed Earth's newest members. Humans weren't just clever primates who'd stumbled into space travel. They were survivors of a world that had forged them into something the galaxy had never seen. A species that carried the strength of a death world in their bones, yet possessed the curiosity and compassion to reach for the stars. And Dr. Rebecca Martinez? She kept teaching physics, but now with a warning label on every demonstration. Caution, human strength involved. Do not attempt without proper gravity compensation equipment. She thought it was overkill, but after accidentally denting a bulkhead while gesturing enthusiastically during a lecture on momentum, she decided not to argue.